First and foremost, all praises are due to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us his truth. Salutations to the brothers around the four corners of the earth who are teaching this word in truth and sincerity. And shalom to the hopeful elect of Israel who listen and believe in this word. This is Brother Karatas Abad coming at you with another lesson. This one is entitled, Cast Not Your Pearls Before Swine. We're going to start off with Matthew chapter 7 and verse 6. Give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet and turn again and rend you. Basically, this is saying, if someone's not going to hear your message, about the gospel, this good news about their Hebrew Israelite, and to repent, convert, and to rehearse the righteous acts, then basically move on, because it's going to do you no good. Let's go to the NLT translation here real quick. You'll be wasting your time. Matthew 7 and 6 is the NLT translation, and it reads as thus: Don't waste what is holy on people who are unholy. Don't throw your pearls to pigs. They will trample the pearls, then turn and attack you. So basically, like I just said, don't waste your time. It's not worth it to waste what's holy on people who are unholy, who are not going to listen. They're basically going to turn against you, like a pig will or a dog will, and they'll attack you, end up, attacking you, and you end up wasting your time from the beginning because they're not going to get it. Everybody's not meant to get this truth of us being Hebrew Israelites, of repenting and converting, of Yahweh Shai coming back to extract his elect and destroy Babylon, America. Everybody's not going to get it. So you're wasting your time if, wasting, what is holy on people who are unholy. And that's 2/3 of the Hebrew Israelites, so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans. Okay, let's get some precepts. Let's go to Proverbs 23. Proverbs 23 and verse 9. Sorry about that, Salakia. I didn't mean to do that. Let's see what we got. Here we go. Proverbs chapter 23 and verse 9. It reads as thus: Speak not in the ears of a fool, for he will despise the wisdom of thy words. So many of our people are foolish. They want America to survive. They're going to laugh at you. They're going to say, I'm not a Hebrew Israelite. I believe in Jesus. I'm a Christian. I believe in America. What's wrong with America? We're not in captivity. So like it says here, speak not in the ears of a fool, for he will despise the wisdom of thy words. And many of our people are foolish. They think everything is okay. Well, we're in America. It's the best country in the world. But you're still in captivity as a Hebrew Israelite, whether you recognize that or not. Yeah, you have a few freedoms, but you're basically in captivity. Nothing's getting better for you, and it's not going to get better for you at all. They've already initiated the Jim Crow laws back in Mississippi. So they're trying to, take things back. The Edomites, Esau, the so-called devil, the white man walking the planet Earth, they're trying to put things back to the way they were. So things aren't getting better for you. The MOTB is going to be initiated, the CHIP, the CHIP, that's spoken of in Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. They're going to try to get you chipped up. If you don't take that chip, they got the concentration camps, the FEMA camps already set up for you. So things are not going to get better for you as a Hebrew Israelite, particularly here in America. They're only going to get worse. But like it says here, you don't speak in the ears of a fool. Don't waste what's holy on people that are unholy, that are not going to listen. It's going to not do you any good. Okay, let's go back, see what else we got here. Let's go to another precept, Matthew, the 10th chapter. Matthew chapter 10, and we have verse 11. And it reads, and into whatsoever city or town ye shall enter, inquire who in it is worthy, and there abide till ye go thence. So this is, speaking of if you're a prophet, apostle, a teacher, a minister, and you're preaching the gospel, you can enter a town or a city, a street corner, and see who's worthy to listen to the good news. If they're worthy, then go ahead and, speak the gospel, the good news. Some brothers do travel. Some apostles and prophets do travel from city to city. But this went on, way more during Paul's time and the apostles during that time more, because now we have the internet, YouTube, to spread the gospel a lot quicker. It goes all around the world. Matthew 10 and verse 12. And when ye come into an house, salute it. Give a greeting, give a blessing. If you come into somebody's house, there's space. Matthew 10 and verse 13. And if the house be worthy, let your peace come upon it. But if it be not worthy, let your peace return to you. So just like I said with the original scripture, Matthew 7 and 6, don't cast your pearls before swine. If it's not worth it, don't even get involved. Move on. Matthew 10 and verse 14. And whosoever shall not receive you, nor hear your words, when ye depart out of that house or city, shake off the dust of your feet. Like, move on. Move on. It's not worth to stay there if they're not going to listen. They're not going to, engage you. If they're not going to inquire, if they're not interested, if they're going to fight you and argue with you, then move on. Shake the dust off your feet and move on. Excuse me. Let's go to another precept. Let's go to Titus, the 3rd chapter. Titus, the 3rd chapter, and verse 10. It reads as thus. A man that is an heretic after the first and second admonition, reject. And a heretic is a follower of a false doctrine. So you have many of our people who are even, they know they're Hebrew Israelites, and they have a false doctrine. Some of them believe that Esau could be saved. That's GOCC. Some of them don't believe in the MOTB to CHIP, where they say the MOTB is sin. You have IUIC who proclaim that, but they're trying to, double back and change up a little bit with that because, Great Millstone, their affiliates have stood their ground. Ever since Great Millstone came out with the MOTB to CHIP was a charagma, a mark that's going to be inserted in you. They've stood on that same ground. They haven't changed. But you have other groups, like I said, among the Hebrew Israelites who have false doctrines. Some of them are saying that the kingdom is now, the new covenant is now, which is ridiculous. The new covenant is not going to happen until Yahushua comes back and destroys Babylon, America, and extracts his elect, the 1/3 out of all the Hebrew Israelites. The 1/3 are going to be extracted into the chariots, and they're going to get be changed in a twinkling of an eye. That's the new covenant. And then the 2/3 that didn't make it, on this side, they're going to be born through the loins of the 1/3 in the kingdom during that 1,000-year reign with Yahushua. So you'll have new bodies. The law, statutes, and the commandments will be in your inward parts. You're not going to have to think about going off. You're going to be in total righteousness. Let's read this again. Titus, the 3rd chapter, and verse 10. A man that is an heretic, which is somebody who has a false doctrine, after the first and second admonition, reject. And admonition means to mildly rebuke. You mildly rebuke somebody. They're going off on something and you're like, oh, no, that's not what's going down. Okay, the MOTB is an actual mark. It's not sin, for example. That's a mild rebuke. Okay? But after the first and second admonition, reject them. Move on. Don't keep arguing with him. It's not going to do you any good. Titus 3 and verse 11. Knowing that he that is such is subverted and sinneth, being condemned of himself. So subverted means corrupted. So like I said, a man that's a heretic, after the first or second rebuke, reject, move on. Because it says here in the verse 11, knowing that he that is such is subverted, he's corrupted and sinneth, and he's going to he's going to be condemned of himself. So just move on. So let's continue. One more precept, John chapter 12. John chapter 12 and verse 39, and it reads, therefore they could not believe, because that Esaias, which is Isaiah, said again, verse 40, he hath blinded their eyes and hardened their heart, that they should not see with their eyes, nor understand with their heart, and be converted, and I should heal them. You see? So, of course, Isaiah spoke of this in the book of Isaiah. In the Most High, if he hardens your heart and blinds your eyes, that's what he did. Some people just aren't going to get it. Some people are not going to get it. They're not meant to get it. And they're part of the 2/3 elect, the 2/3 that are not going to get this truth. So Yahweh, he controls the left and the right. He controls who are of the elect and who are not of the elect. So some people just aren't going to get it, and they're not meant to get it. Because like I said, he had blinded their eyes and hardened their heart. Okay? So that they can't see. So no matter what you say, no matter how you try to show them various scriptures or try to point out certain things, they're just not going to get it. They're not going to be converted on this side. All right? So like the lesson says, cast not your pearls before swine. You're wasting your time. Like I said, after the first time and the second time, the first and second admonition, rebuke, move on. Okay? Reject them. Because obviously they're not going to get it and they're not meant to get it. So on that note, I hope this lesson was edifying to you. And I want to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakak Wadash, Shalom.